We got a bit of a melt happening here. We get the crunchies. Won't this be nice to drive through? Welcome back to Donslife. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the vlog. Good morning. We are here on a crisp Canadian winter morning. We actually had quite a bit of a melt the last couple days, getting pretty mucky out there. No driving the C8 in that. I thought I'd take the opportunity today to update you on a few things, just hang out and let you know what's going on. Let's go. Sure, watching me drive isn't that exciting, but man, I really love this truck. I know people have their preferences and their choices, but my AT4 has been a solid truck. I'm quite happy with it. It's come a long way. I got the stance dialed in, I got the look down, definitely unique to me. One thing I try to pride myself on is the fact that I own my vehicles, projects if you will, and keep them longer term. I think that probably adds some value to the audience. I'm not just building it and flipping it, and you know, I enjoy doing it, so that's why I share these videos. Sorry, just merging here. Photo radar right there. They're crafty. They need you to match your speed to the traffic and then merge in, and if you're a little bit over, you might get a ticket. If you're wondering what I'm up to, I just dropped off one of my kids and now I'm going back home to the Donslife garage. I thought, why not make a little bit of a different video, a little behind the scenes sneak peek if you will, some updates that don't warrant making a full video. I get a lot of questions. I'm sure some of you participate in that, and sometimes in those questions it requires an answer that is longer than I feel like typing out, but it's something that I can incorporate into a video like this, you know, in 30 seconds or less. The weather we are having is insane. It's like a barren wasteland. It's so gross. Mucky too. In these conditions, you go through a ton of windshield washer fluid. All right, we're back in the Donslife garage, the home of the DIY projects, some of the vlogs, but all the stuff that happens, which is really most of my YouTube content, happens here. Now, this channel's allowed me, or afforded me, the opportunity to do a lot of mods that maybe I wouldn't have had the ability to do, and that's not only through sponsorships, but also hard work and some monetization that comes with YouTube and some of the ads that play, so pretty good relationship. Now, I understand the mods that I choose to do are not for everybody, and that's okay. Some of them pique my interest, some of them I try out just because I want to know, and I know some of you want to know. And if I had another truck to start working on, I might not redo those mods because maybe I didn't, you know, get what I thought I might get out of them, or didn't enjoy them as much as I thought. But some of the mods I have that I absolutely love, and I would buy them on every vehicle that I could if it was something that they made it for. So that being said, let's go look at a couple things on the AT4 while I have it outside. And I just want to update you on a couple things that people have had some questions about and that kind of thing. Well, you'll see. We'll go at the side door here. The melting snow. The muddy truck. Look, I haven't even washed it since the last video. I don't have the bolt in here still. Some of you may have thought that I had taken care of that already, but I wanted to show you something. So this nut right here will not fit, and I know these can spin, that's why they're rounded on one end, but they do not fit this way. There is nowhere in this recess or this channel all the way up to this little header cap here that would accommodate the width of this nut. So I'm just gonna have to shave it down. But again, this is pre-production, this is a prototype. These are probably, like somebody said, an off-the-shelf nut, and that's fine. I guarantee you the EGR will have proper nuts for the proper spacing, whatever it ends up being. Even if they change it from what this is, they'll have proper spacing to accommodate this, and they'll probably have a security bolt instead of just a common Allen key type head on this one here. So don't worry about it, this is a prototype. I really like it, I'm excited. My lighting is in for this, and yes, I have multiple lighting options, so that's coming. But also up front here, I am making some changes to the front end. So I'm not going to say what they are specifically right now, but I am going to look at getting my illuminated emblem up and running again. So I'm going to have to take that one off, but I'm going to do more changes than what I just talked about right there. Now, speaking of lighting and mods, I think there's a big misconception out there, probably not by all of you, but some, that I drive around with all of my lighting on all at the same time, air compressor going, filling up my bags, rock lights on, playing with all the different settings on all the electronics I've installed. Well, spoiler alert, that couldn't be further from the truth. I'm a pretty conservative guy when it comes to how I act and behave, and most of the time I'm just running some of the grill lights, not all of them. I don't use the light bars really unless it's off-road, or if I'm just wanting to look down the end of my street when there's no oncoming traffic, just because I like the lights. Yeah, my point is I'm not trying to be flashy or show off, you know, what my truck can do, that type of thing. Obviously, when I make a YouTube video and I reveal a product or something that I've added or taken away and what that looks like, I try to add a little bit of a dramatic effect to it. But honestly, as I'm just driving around, yes, the truck does get looks because it stands out and it's unique. At least that's why I think it's getting looks, but it's not because I'm trying to be flashy and get everyone's attention. So it's just a little bit about my character. Maybe that translates already through the camera and you get that, but if you don't, I thought I'd state it for you. So with all these mods and the addition of some lighting that we're going to do with the sport bar, I am going to have to upgrade my switches. I don't have to, but I want to. And I think it's getting a little crowded in here. So I'm gonna be making some changes in the engine bay. I haven't really used the onboard compressor for anything other than the airbags. I do have a fill line here for an auxiliary hose, but I never use it. And now I have a portable compressor that I can keep in the truck full time that just runs off its own battery. So in emergency situations, I can use that, and it's going to perform similarly to what I had built in on board. And if I want to do a true compressor setup for an auxiliary line, I would add a separate compressor and an air tank, which I still might do. I have the air tank. Now I have these molly panels in the back. I could easily mount up a compressor in a non-permanent way and do that mod. And I don't even know if it's something I'm going to do, but I can, and that's the point. Just head back inside here. So funny story, this box contains the driver's side molly panel. I did not know I was getting this, but the shipment and the manifest that arrived here to the Donslife garage from Putco did not show that this was coming. So I just assumed I had everything that I needed, and I did the install, made the video. But lo and behold, we have another molly panel right here for short box for my truck that we will be installing. So I will do that in a subsequent video, probably merge it with something else, but I'll give you an update. I'll also give you an update on how the bed lighting looks with the molly panels installed, but I can tell you the bed lighting with the molly panels looks pretty good. And again, my apologies with the molly panels and putting stuff on them for examples. I don't really have anything yet that I've decided that I want to put there permanently, so I just put on some things so you can get an idea of how they work. But even if you didn't put a bunch of pack outs or, you know, axes and shovels and those type of things, or emergency gear, you could use them for a lot of strapping points for various things that you might haul around part-time. Oh, we have a rare moment. Mrs. Donslife is giving me some space. Can you fit? She's not gonna like this, and that's why it's fun. So much room. She's got this. She's so worried right now. You need more glasses.
I forgot to put my contacts in.
right, now we have some space. I like it. The C8, you're probably wondering what's going on with that. Maybe you aren't, maybe you are. And then we have the wrap that I know not all of you are fans of, and that's okay. I wanted something, since I can't drive it a lot right now based on the weather, that when I did, it would be eye-catching, make a statement, pique your curiosity perhaps, and you would want to find out more and why this crazy livery exists. I don't think it looks bad, but this is not what I want this car to look like forever. So this will be coming off in the coming months. I don't have a date, but we will be changing the look. Again, something a little less flashy, and we're going to continue to modify. Look at all the boxes over there. We have all kinds of things that we can do, but while we have some space and the Escalade's not in here, I wanted to point out this hood. So that is a homemade, made in your garage, carbon fiber hood by Scuba Steve. You may have seen him in some videos. He used to have a C8. It's actually where I got my wheels from. I bought them off him because he was selling his C8 and he didn't need them. But that hood there is a copy of his original hood, full carbon fiber back and front. It's not perfect, it's a prototype. He's just figuring out his process. So this will not bolt on the car properly. The fitment's off a little bit, but it does look great as some wall art. So that's what we've done. We've thrown it up there. You know, Steve, I appreciate the gesture. I think that's really cool. So speaking of donations and things to try out, since Steve has all this free time on his hands, he's also sent me a prototype carbon fiber roof scoop. So this could be wrapped. That'll hide some of the imperfections. Again, this is practicing. You guys asked how I do my mods and how I've gotten good at wrapping as an example. Took a long time, lots of practice. But this will clip on, or should clip in, right where the camera is. So I'll lose functionality of the camera, but I've agreed to see if this will fit first of all and just test it out. So I'll be putting the camera back on. That's not where I'm going with this. But if this fits perfectly and it can hold up to higher speeds, then Steve could look at making a replacement that would have the cutout for the camera, so you wouldn't lose the camera. And if you look, he's got the proper mount on the bottom here, 3D printed. Your camera would still work. You could use the hole that's cut out in here for airflow, feed into the engine bay by cutting a hole here and have some positive air come out. And that would keep it not only a little more dust free in there, but a lot cooler. So I think he's onto something. You don't see many people developing these, and he is all over it. So I'm happy to see what it looks like and how it fits. And again, we got to think of things like lifting the hatch. You know, is it going to hit? I think he's taken that into account, but we'll figure that out. So I'll try to bolt that up down the road and I'll let you see. But bringing your attention back over here, you probably saw this in the background. This is actually a custom rack that Steve had made a while back for his C8. And I'm just seeing how I might like it on here. I do have some thoughts on what I would change. So I bought the Sea Sucker kit with the monkey bars. I'd probably look at taking this area here and adding some spots where you could change the location of these crossbars. And then maybe if there was a way that they could be a little more structurally rigid when they're in place. I understand that where the box clamps is going to create, you know, a bit of a joint, but I don't want any back and forth or horizontal movement when the box is mounted. So this is just for fun, just to see, but I like experimenting, so that's why that's there. Look at the sign my wife made me. Mrs. Donslife made that. She didn't make it all, but she put it together in that presentation. Nice little gift. So thank you, Mrs. Donslife. Then we have all this stuff here. We've got lots of heat shrink tubing. I just bought a whole bunch off Amazon. I got some upgraded wire for the lighting that we're going to be doing on the sport bar. And I've got some other goodies in there I'm not going to reveal yet. I've got the solution for the digital camera, for the camera mirror. That's in that pile there somewhere. There's stuff under the table here that maybe you caught a glimpse of, maybe not. But we have lots and lots on the go. Another quick thing I wanted to talk about was just negativity in general on the channel or in the comments. Now, I did put a post out there on my community page just about how I was feeling a few days ago when it came to, you know, people just attacking me. Now, you might not read any comments where people are attacking me directly. That's because YouTube actually filters a lot of stuff, and then I have to go into a desktop, not even on my phone, but go onto a desktop or a laptop and then see the comments that it has held back from being published. And I have to tell you, I'm human. Sometimes they cut deep. I understand people aren't going to like my tastes or the mods that I do or not quite understand what I do. And I know this mainly because I'll do a 10-minute video and the average watch time might be 3 minutes. Some people are watching it all the way through, which is great. I appreciate you. That really helps the channel and that helps recommend the videos to others. So please continue to do that. Even if you tune out a little bit, just let it play through. It helps, and it helps me make more content and hopefully stronger and stronger videos as time goes on. I know some of my first videos, I can't even watch them because I didn't get the volume level of the music quite right, and it's like annoying. It overtakes, or it's overbearing for the subject matter or the content. So my apologies for that. I'm still learning, still trying to get better. I'm trying to avoid making things too crazy. I don't want this to become a clickbait type channel. I want the videos to have purpose and meaning years down the road. I still love when I see people join the channel recently and they're saying things like, wow, I just found your channel. It's helping me figure out things I could do to the truck I just bought. And that was my intent from the beginning was, you know, some 16-year-old one day is going to own my AT4 or one like it and not have anything done to it yet. And they'll find my channel, or maybe they're a follower already, and it'll inspire them to go do some things themselves that are definitely within their means or their abilities. Hopefully keep it at a low cost and, you know, just have some fun and enjoy being unique. And to tie it all together, I just want everyone to support each other, be positive. I understand some mods aren't for you, and that's cool. Some mods aren't for me either. My wife keeps wanting to wrap the Escalade pink, and I keep talking her into other colors. Pink might look really good. I think pink would look better on a supercar than an Escalade, but that's just me. Either way, let's just try to be nicer and, you know, support each other. And if my videos teach you on what you never want to do to your vehicle, well, then it's still adding value of some kind. So thanks for watching. So I want to assure you that we are not changing course with the channel. It's still going to be a lot of DIY, reviews, some product reviews sprinkled in, some vlogs. Yes, I'm going to sign up for a rally or two this year with the Corvette C8, stretch its legs, take Mrs. Donslife with me, have a bit of an adventure. For those of you that watch them, I think they're pretty enjoyable, and maybe I'm biased, but I think they're pretty good videos just based on some feedback that I got, but it's not what necessarily people are searching for, but I'm still going to make them. So that's my rant or my update, some insight into some things that are going on the Donslife channel. I definitely want to extend a thank you to all of you that watch the channel. Thank you when you drop a comment. Thank you when you hit that like button. Thank you when you consider to subscribe and continue to subscribe. And if you haven't, what are you waiting for? Talk to you next time.